welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are here today. I'm bringing you this review today for PinkyPromise.com. Go to the Pinky Promise website and sign up to receive their emails, and you will get a code to save 30%. You can also email support at PinkyPromise.com if you ever have any wig-related questions. So today we're going to look at this beautiful bob by Belle Tress. This is Lady Latte, and the color on this one is Root Beer Float Blonde. More on her in just a minute. Okay, let's get started. So Lady Latte is another one of these Belle Tress styles that has been around for a while and that I have wanted to try for a long time. And I don't know, I guess other bobs got in the way, and you know, this is one of their older styles, and I was always afraid that the cap was going to be way too big for me because I had a bad experience a long time ago with one of their caps being really large on my head. And I will say this one is fitting average to average plus, but I am able to make it work, so we'll talk about that in just a minute. So what a beautiful color too. This is Root Beer Float Blonde, one of my favorites, just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous color. Okay, I will do a turn so you can see her all the way around, and then we'll get into all of her specifications. Now I have seen her with a bang cut in, and she looks really cute. So you do have a long layer here in the front, but like I said, you could cut a bang in with these heat friendly fibers. It makes it very easy to shape those bangs. So here's my left, the back, my right, and back to the front. So is she just not the perfect little cute bob? Really, really cute. So just adorable. All right, so she is a lace front with a mono top, which is nice. So you can change your part, choose where you want to do your parting. So there's the lace front. Looks really good. They put a few of those highlight hairs up there at the front, but I don't feel like it's overdone. Then here is the part. I have it parted on the left because that's where it came. So I just opened up that left side part. But remember, you can part wherever you want. So if you want to do your middle part, your right side part, you have the option of doing that, which is really, really nice. Okay, so her ear tabs look really, really good. I have great coverage, but like I said, this cap is a little big on me. So the cap is impinging on the back of my ears a bit, on my petite head. So I'm 11 inches ear to ear over the head here, and I'm a 21-inch circumference. I pulled in the adjusters. What I would do, or what I will do to wear this wig, is I will have to use my wig cap, my wig grip, excuse me, because the cap overall is just a little big. It's big here. It's kind of big over here on the sides. It's a little long over here. So putting that wig grip on will create just enough space to, you know, get that cap off the back of my ears and just make it feel more comfortable all the way around. So that would be my solution to making this larger cap adjust and fit my petite head. So, okay, so let's look at measurements for her. So she is 10 to 10 and a half here in the front. She has, oh, I'm sorry. I put quotes on my sides and I was like, what is that number? Sorry, 10 to 10 and a half inch sides as well. She is 9.5 back here in the back, and then her nape is 3.5 inches. So she's just slightly longer here at the front, but it's not a huge, you know, drastic change. So if you want an asymmetrical cut that's more of a drastic change, then you should look at their Ground Theory wig. That one is definitely lots longer, you know, and I think I said with that one that that one was like Alpha Blend and Lady Latte blended together. So this is the, you know, Lady Latte is just slightly angled, not, you know, not anything drastic as you can see. So really, really cute. Okay, I will pop her off and we can look at her interior cap construction. Okay, so there's that part up close. It did open up pretty nicely, so it wasn't too hard to open up. I just had to use my, oh, I don't have it in here, but my rat tail comb and run it down, and then dampen it, and then just hit it with the blow dryer on either side, and that got that part open very nicely. So, okay, so, oh, sorry, I poked hair through. There we go. Okay, so here's your full mono top. Looks really, really nice. And then you've got your temple to temple lace front. So you've got great coverage across the forehead there. And like I said, you can part her anywhere you want to on this mono top. There's a little bit of closed lace just right coming off that mono top, but there's no permatease. No permatease anywhere in this wig, typical of Belle Tress styles. So here is your soft felt ear tab. There's hair sewn to the ear tab inside and out, so that gives you that great coverage on the ear tabs. There's a nice piece of metal in there to keep it flush against your face. She's open wefted all through the cap. She has the pull adjuster, so you can see on each side, I pulled those adjusters in quite a bit. She does not have an extended nape, but she has a soft felt strip here. So if you were petite and you needed to adjust your circumference and you wanted to tack that down, you know, there is soft felt there, so you could stick just a tiny little piece of Velcro there and boom, tack it down, and that would keep them for sure from moving. So, okay, and then there's plenty of stretch in the cap, plenty of stretch in the circumference, and like I said, this will easily accommodate larger head sizes. Okay, let's start taking a look at this gorgeous color, Root Beer Float Blonde. So I have reviewed this on, I believe it was on Bellissima the last time I reviewed it. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous color. And so very, very pretty on this style. That's just a bit longer than Bellissima. So Root Beer Float Blonde is described as a multi-dimensional neutral blend of pearl blonde, beige blonde, and champagne blonde. And if you look in the lighting, you're gonna see those three different blondes. So you've got a pearl, which is gonna be, you know, a whiter blonde, your beige blonde, which is going to be very neutral, and your champagne, which is going to be a little warmer. Okay, and then it has platinum highlights and a medium ash brown root. So again, you're going to see that platinum highlight there. That's going to be your lightest. The platinum and the pearl are probably pretty close to one another, but you can definitely see all of the dimension in that blonde. And then your medium ash brown root. I think it's a good root color. When we go outside, you'll see that it looks lighter when we go outside. It's a good root color to suit the rest of these blondes. I think this color is just done very, very nicely. So when I showed you the lace front, you could see that they put some of the lighter hairs there, but it's really only heavy in this one spot. So they just kind of gave you a money piece there. But then as you go down here, you're gonna get, you know, just more of your root color. You're gonna see your ash brown root every time you separate the hair. So if you put it in an updo or a headband or whatever, you're gonna see that. We are in just regular room light. No bright lights shining on the color. Okay, we can look at glasses and styling and all that. So as I said, right now, her ear tabs are just slightly long on me. I can still get her tucked, but that's why I would definitely wear my wig grip, because you can see like the looseness, you know, of the cap and everything on my head. I just, for the purposes of the review, I didn't put it on, but when I wear this wig, I will definitely, you know, wear my wig grip. So, okay, so glasses are super easy. Her ear tabs are very thin, close to the head, no problem. You can put your glasses up on your head. There's no permatease, so that's very, very easy. She looks really cute in a headband. I just slid her back just now. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so cute in a headband. And you can, you know, with a 10.5-inch side, you can pull all the hair back and just leave it back. So if you need to be looking down, or if you just want to get the hair out of your face, and she looks cute like that. Or you could also, you know, pull down a layer next to your face if you would like to. And you could do that on both sides, you know, pull down a little bit on each side. That looks cute. So I was able to get her into a half up, half down style and hold her with a claw clip. So I just used, you know, like a small, medium size. And I was able to get her to hold. Now I do think some of this might end up falling down. So, you know, you could just put more layers around your face. Looks really cute. And then, strangely, now of course you can pull her off your face, like, you know, and just use that lace front, bump her up, depending on where you're parting. You know, if you had her parted in the middle, you could maybe pull both sides back or whatever. I did get her into a small little tail, but I don't think it would hold very good. And I don't think that I would, excuse me, I feel like I'm gonna lose my voice today. I don't know that I would put that kind of stress on my fibers just for this teeny little ponytail. But if you were hot and you needed to get her up off the back of your neck, you could certainly do that. Okay, so with your wide tooth comb, she's also really easy to comb through, you know, and make sure you're combing your wigs out when you know, throughout the day, especially if you get in a windstorm or whatever, you know, high winds, just, and try to keep these heat-friendly fibers as untangled as possible. And then she's gonna be pretty easy to care for with your flat iron, because you just heat this thing up and then just run it over those fibers. And I would just start off, you know, just doing the ends. I like to try to only put the heat where the heat is needed. So then you put it down there on the ends, and you will just iron out that, you know, those areas where the fibers are getting really clumped up. And do it when you first start to see it. You know, if you let them get super clumped and then you try to do it, you're gonna have more damage to those fibers, so they're gonna be kind of frayed out, and you're not gonna get as good of a result. So, you know, if you've worn it a few times and you're starting to see some little funky, you know, little curly Q hairs or whatever, get that flat iron out and go to work on those ends, and just keep working on it. It's something that I do with my heat-friendly fiber wigs. A lot of times, every time I put them on, I heat up the flat iron or the curling iron, depending on if it's a wavy or a straight style, and I will just run that over my fibers, you know, to just iron them out and keep them smooth. So, okay, I want to thank Pinky Promise for sending this wig to review for you all today. There will be purchase information in the info section under this video. I thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, don't forget, you're absolutely beautiful. Bye!